Yes, all right. This is the Open Football Show, and I mean, as we do it here, we leave it open for all footballing discussions here.
All right. Like you, were talking about what we are coming to discuss today. Let's not forget that the English Premier League, we are heading to March week 2, and it promises to be scintillating and captivating week in the English Premier League, because you talk of high profile matches coming off this weekend. I sincerely want to talk about Manchester United traveling all the way to the Emirates Stadium to face Brighton and Hove Albion. Let's not forget that last season Brighton defeated Manchester United home and away. So it tells us that it is not going to be a walkover for Erik ten Hag and his boys. Roberto De Zerbi is no more for Brighton and Hove Albion. Do Manchester United have what it takes to win this particular encounter? I would sincerely say no. My reason is that if you look at the first game United played against Fulham at the Theatre of Dreams, it was not impressive, even though United managed to secure a vital win. Kind courtesy Joshua Zirkzee, who scored that crucial goal to give them the 3 maximum points. The Brighton side have been able to maintain a core of their superstars. You talk of the Japanese, I've forgotten his name. There is one Japanese, Mitoma. He's still there. We have Danny Welbeck, who has vast experience. He has played for Manchester United. He has played for Arsenal. He was a key figure for the English national team. He's still in the squad. And my favorite player, the Ivory Coast international, Simon Adingra, he's also there. He was voted as the youngest player in the just ended Africa Cup of Nations. That guy is a fantastic young chap. I think if you look at all these materials, coupled with the fact that they were able to go to the Goodison Park during the first week of the English Premier League to beat an Everton side by 3-0, it tells you that that particular team, I'm talking about Brighton and Hove Albion, they are very strong. They are a strong side. We know what Erik ten Hag said prior to the first game against Fulham. He indicated that he's still trying to ensure that his team will pick up. So let's see what comes out of it at the end of the day. But looking at the statistics from last season, it clearly shows that Brighton and Hove Albion got a better of Manchester United. Coming up against Manchester United again, yes, it's a new season, but judging from the first games that each of those clubs played, I will not be wrong to say Brighton stands the better chance of carrying the day against Manchester United. To me, the best for United will be a draw in the game, especially for the fact that Brighton are playing home from away.
All right, I will go for the London Derby. Crystal Palace versus West Ham United. Remember, in their first games, Crystal Palace, they lost 2-1 to Brentford, and Aston Villa also beat West Ham by 2-1. It means that a win in this game is very crucial for these two sides. But then, I would be looking at West Ham United because of two players. Nicholas Füllkrug, the German international who did so well at the Euros, coming in for West Ham United, and our own Mohamed Kudus. I would be looking out for him. Crystal Palace, yes, we all know they have Jordan Ayew in their setup. Will he play? We wait to see the lineup tomorrow. But this is going to be a very, very, very important encounter. I don't expect this game to end in a draw. It wouldn't be a fair result for me, because these two sides are looking for their first wins of the season. And so in this game, Crystal Palace are playing at home, but I am seeing West Ham United winning this one. I am seeing West Ham United walking away with the maximum points, because I want to see Nicholas Füllkrug scoring in this game.
Fulham will be coming up against Leicester City. Abdul Fattah Issahaku, we all know the fine form he picked up in that game against Tottenham Hotspur, where he assisted for Jamie Vardy to score the equalizer. Coming up against Fulham at Craven Cottage in London, it promises to be a very difficult encounter for the two sides. You look at Leicester City. We discussed them the last time we were here and talk about the fact that they were very, very good on the field of play, judging from the fact that they are coming fresh from the English Championship. But you look at this Fulham side, they have a wealth of experience. They have gathered enough players, or they have gathered players who have had a lot of experience at their disposal. The Fulham side lost against Manchester United. It wasn't a fair result to many football pundits, because you watch the kind of football they played on that very day. One wouldn't have been wrong to say that Fulham deserve at least to have walked away from Old Trafford with a point. But Manchester United managed to get the 3 maximum points. So Leicester is coming on the back of this game, having secured a point against Spurs. Fulham are playing home. They know they lost against Manchester United, where our Martinez, the defender for Manchester United, he's calling the ground in Nakwana butcher. You see that Martinez, he made a certain post on Instagram. He say he sent what's the name, Adama Traore back to the gym. Then Adama reply him say, don't worry, we will meet again. It's going to be a very difficult match. I foresee the match ending in a draw. But if there is going to be a win, I think, I don't like to say Leicester City will lose, but I'll have to concede that if there is going to be a win, I'll go in for Fulham. But a draw will be a fair result for both sides.
All right, same results, new season for Manchester City. Remember, they beat Chelsea by 2-0. But I believe that Ipswich Town, they've been very unlucky. First game against Liverpool, second game against Manchester City, a team that has just qualified for the English Premier League. How demotivating this can be. But anyway, this is the English Premier League for you. But I'm so proud of Ipswich Town, because against Liverpool, I was thinking they were going to load in the goals. They only conceded just 2 goals against a Liverpool side. Coming up against Manchester City this weekend, I don't see Ipswich Town standing any chance of winning this game or even getting a draw. I am seeing Manchester City winning this game. Would Ipswich Town be able to reduce the goals, or it will be raining goals this weekend? Let's wait and see. But I don't need to go through this for a very long time. Pep Guardiola's Manchester City is the same results. Even though we are in a new season, they are getting the same outcomes, and I know after beating Chelsea 2-0, they are going to beat
Somebody is not
happy. He has left the cameras. Yes, let me repeat it. After beating Chelsea by 2-0, Manchester City against Ipswich Town would be business as usual. I'm tipping City to win this one. Mugis.
Nottingham Forest played 1-1 draw against Bournemouth at home. Southampton, on the other hand, lost at the St. James Park against Newcastle United. So Southampton will be more than hungry to get at least a point in this particular game. Nottingham Forest, they didn't impress me last season, even though it was their debut season in the English Premier League for a longer time. I don't think they impressed me, but judging from their first game playing at home, one would have expected that they would have been able to pick the 3 maximum points against a Bournemouth side that is not also so impressive of late. This match, I expect it to end in a draw, but if there is going to be a win, I think I'll tip Southampton to emerge victorious.
Okay, Tottenham Hotspur versus Everton. Everton disappointed me in their game week 1 against Brighton. I was thinking the best for Brighton would have been a draw, but it ended 3-0 in favor of Brighton, the away side at the Goodison Park. That is what really baffled me because of how Everton ended last season. Coming up against a Tottenham Hotspur side that has also not been that consistent. They took the lead against Leicester City and they drew that game 1-1. at their home or their backyard this weekend against Everton. I don't know what is really happening in the Everton squad, but I am tipping Tottenham Hotspur to win this one, judging from how Everton played in their last game and how Tottenham Hotspur also played in their last game that ended in a draw. They are well organized than the Everton side, so I am tipping Tottenham Hotspur to have their first win of the season against Everton this weekend.
The almighty game, Aston Villa at the Villa Park, welcome second position from last season, Arsenal's the Gunners. That is not going to be a match that one can describe as a child's play. Let's not forget that last season Arsenal lost both home and away against Aston Villa. In fact, Aston Villa were responsible for Arsenal's inability to win the English Premier League. You remember?
Yes.
They beat Arsenal by 2-0 at the Emirates. At the time, Arsenal were at the summit of the English league table. That granted Manchester City an opportunity to close the gap and eventually became winners of the English Premier League. They have an experienced coach. You cannot take it away from them. Unai Emery is a serial winner. Let's look at the number of times this man has won the UEFA Europa League. 3 consecutive times that he has won the UEFA Europa League. Was it for Sevilla?
Yeah.
3 consecutive times from 2013, 2014 season, 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018 season, thereabout. He switched from Sevilla and changed another team. Was it Valencia or Villarreal? I don't know where my retentive memory is today. He went there again and he won the UEFA Europa League. So it tells you that he comes into that particular setup with a vast experience. That was Villarreal. He went there and he won again the UEFA Europa League, cementing his status as one of the topmost coaches we have across the globe. Coming up against an Arsenal side that he beat from last season, and denying them an opportunity to annex the English Premier League trophy since 2004 tells you that, look, Arsenal will not treat this particular game as a friendly. Arsenal must push all that they can to send a signal to the rest of the teams that they have learnt their lessons from last season. But trust me, I will have given Arsenal the win if the match was going to be played at Emirates, but this is Villa Park, and this is the same stadium that Arsenal lost last season to Unai Emery and his boys. They have a lot of players. You talk of what's the name? Ollie Watkins.
Yes,
a very fantastic striker in the English Premier League. In fact, one of the best strikers that we have. He's also in there. So this game, the best for Arsenal should be a draw. If there is going to be one of the initial upsets in the English League, is going to be this game.
Okay, at the Vitality Stadium, we have Bournemouth coming up against Newcastle United. Bournemouth went away to Nottingham in their first game, and they mashed them. I watched that game and I saw a Bournemouth side that is well organized. They drew 1-1. Newcastle United against Southampton. In fact, Newcastle United proving that money is good because they've been able to keep hold of their manager Eddie Howe. Remember when Gareth Southgate resigned as the Three Lions coach, he was in the fray. The FA was trying to woo him, but he stayed, and he says that he has a project with Newcastle United. And going into this game, after winning their first game against Southampton, going away to Bournemouth, who the Vitality Stadium hasn't been that good of a ground for them. One of the sides in England that their home grounds is not that deadly is Bournemouth. At the Vitality Stadium, if you check their last 8 games, it seems they've lost 7 out of their last 8 games. So coming up against an attacking minded Newcastle United side, I see Newcastle United carrying the day after 90 minutes.
Wolverhampton Wanderers will play at home to Chelsea the Blues. Chelsea lost against Manchester City. It wasn't so surprising. We all know Manchester City, their mentality is second to none in the English league. So if you are coming up against them on the back of persistent changing of coaches. You don't expect to get it easy.
And 42 players.
42 players. You don't expect to get it easy. Now, having lost that game, we all know they played some good football. We saw some glimpses of good football in the Chelsea setup. But the coach's philosophy is yet to stick in fully in the Chelsea setup. As we speak now, they have signed quite some number of players who still need some time to be able to adapt fully to the Stamford Bridge and to the Chelsea environment, to the coach's philosophy. This is a coach who doesn't have that experience when it comes to the English league. The only top flight side that he has ever managed in his football career has been Leicester City, and at that time it was even in the English Championship. He has managed, yes, to secure qualification back to the English Premier League, and now he's coaching a top side, Chelsea. Whether you win or you get a sack, today he's there. He lost against Manchester City. Pedro Neto, a new player Chelsea has acquired his services, will also be in the setup against his former club, Wolverhampton Wanderers. This particular game, in all sincerity, it is 50-50. It is any of the sides to lose. But then, judging from the fact that Chelsea's, the new coach, his philosophy, his ideas are yet to be fully implemented, if there is going to be a win, I think Wolverhampton Wanderers slightly.
Oh, you didn't give it to Ishmael.
No, Ishmael knows I'm saying the truth. Wolverhampton Wanderers slightly will get the edge over Chelsea the Blues.
Oh,
yeah, that's how I'm thinking.
Liverpool will wrap it all up against Brentford. Remember, the onslaught era is up and running after that perfect start to the season. Remember, during pre-season, in fact, they didn't lose any game. Their worst performance was draw. But Brentford also beating Crystal Palace at home. Yes, Mbeumo and Co are doing so well for Brentford. This is going to be a very, very crunch game. But if you check the head-to-head, it's been Liverpool all the way whenever they meet Brentford. And playing at home, I am tipping Onslaught side to make it 2 out of 2. Liverpool to win this one.
Your top 4 prediction. Top four.
My top 4. Should I still stay with the EPL?
Yeah, the EPL.
Okay.
Your top 4.
My top 4 predictions. You didn't go for Arsenal to win. You said they might win or draw. I'm tipping Arsenal to win. I'm tipping Liverpool to win. I'm tipping Manchester.
No, what I mean is at the end of the league.
Oh, okay.
The table.
Okay, at the end of the league.
Top 4.
My top 4.
Yeah.
Oh, it's simple. Number 1, Manchester City. Number 2, Liverpool. Third position is going to be Arsenal. Fourth position. Ishmael, the way Ishmael is looking at me, should I put Chelsea there? No. Chelsea, I'm telling you, this season, Chelsea cannot be
fourth position
in the top 4. My fourth position, I am tempted to put Manchester United there.
Hey,
City, Liverpool, Arsenal, Manchester United.
I think Arsenal nearly won the league last season, but for that fatal accident they had on the way against Aston Villa, I'm tempted to believe that for the 3rd season in a row, Arsenal are pushing so hard to win the league, they will not become second for the 3rd consecutive time. So I am tipping Arsenal to be on top of the league this time. But I got scared along the way, having heard that Ike Gundogan has returned to Manchester City. I think it is going to make them even more powerful. But still, I want to believe that with the 2 seasons that Arsenal has painfully missed out on winning the league, they have had enough experience now at their disposal. The coach Mikel Arteta has had enough experience together with the playing body, and they know what it takes to win the league now. And I know they are going to give Manchester City a very good chase. So at the end of the day, I foresee us now placing on top of the English Premier League.
Give us your top 4.
Number 2.
Number 1, Arsenal. Number
2, Manchester City.
Okay.
Number 3 will still be Arne Slot and his boys. Liverpool will be number 3.
Number 4, Chelsea.
Number 4,
Chelsea.
Number
Chelsea.
4.
Chelsea.
Number 4. Wow.
Chelsea.
It is difficult, but number 4, I'll stick to number 4. Hey, I'm looking at 3 teams. Number 4, I'll stick to
Chelsea.
Aston Villa.
Aston
Villa.
Why not Newcastle United? If you really wanted a 4th position.
Last season, Aston Villa, you remember where they ended the league. They are going to play in the Champions League. I have this sense of belief in their coach.
United will surprise all of you.
Are you a United fan?
I'm not. I'm nowhere close United.
So you are a Barca fan?
I'm a Barca fan.
Your club is bankrupt. I just said it because
you see.
Come on, what's the name? Yao Felix. You couldn't sign.
You see,
Ike Gundogan. You had to allow him to go on free just because you want to register. What's the name of the player? The Leipzig player. Today, what is happening? Dani Olmo. So I don't know. Come on, what's the name? Inaki Williams' brother. Nico Williams.
We couldn't sign. Oh no, for Nico Williams' situation, Athletic Bilbao did everything in their power to keep hold of him.
Your club made noise in our ears.
Even
they
fans
want to sign the guy.
Do you know that fans contributed for his purchase?
That should tell you the level of bankruptcy,
the level of love. You see, for a team,
it's not love.
Look,
it's not love.
For a team to be bankrupt, that team is not qualified to play in the La Liga.
I know, but you know the context within which I'm saying that your club is bankrupt.
I know, we are not. You see, it is a strategy. We are putting up, or we are refurbishing our stadium.
Oh, okay.
You get the point.
Oh, okay.
And sometimes you need to be very careful when you are there. Why is it that the team is bankrupt? We're able to buy Dani
according
Olmo.
to Chelsea. They have some players that they now deem surplus to requirements. So if you want them, they can dash them to you. We have Raheem Sterling.
For those players,
Trevor Chalobah.
You see, Raheem Sterling. If I were Chelsea,
Romelu Lukaku is still there. If you want,
no, we don't want him. I would have waited, and for the league to start, just give Raheem Sterling 15 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 10 minutes. Now, if he leaves, do you know that Chelsea are supposed to pay him over £48 million?
No, but I think, to be fair to the ownership of Chelsea, I'm beginning to align with them in terms of the decision that they've taken on Raheem Sterling.
Okay.
Do you know the way they are doing their contractual agreements with most of their players? They ensure that the more your weekly wages, it should transform into your performance.
Your performance, yeah.
But you bear me witness that Raheem Sterling, ever since his services was acquired from Manchester City till now, he has not lived up to expectation.
See, the player has not lived up to expectation. But they will still spend the same amount of money on him.
The information I have is that if you look at Yao Felix, who they've gone to bring to replace Raheem Sterling, you notice that for him, he has taken some pay cut in terms of his weekly wages.
Yes.
Far lower than what Raheem Sterling was taking. So at least it is going to be good for Chelsea's books.
For the books, yes, but Chelsea will pay the money. They will pay Raheem Sterling every peso under the contract.
Sure. So let's pray a suitable offer comes.
From where?
Oh, it will come. Okay. Saudi Arabia. They are chasing Raheem Sterling.
We wait to see.
But do you know something? I nearly forget it. I nearly forgot that particular one. It has to do with Leicester City. Surprisingly, they are on the verge of completing the signing of Jordan Ayew.
So
Jordan, Fatau Isaku,
Jamie Vardy. Okay.
It is going to be crazy.
For me, I'm picturing the Black Stars, the upcoming AFCON and all that. Yeah, so it is very good for the Black Stars. I am happy.
Yeah.
You see, you should always be happy when players from your home, home country are moving to clubs where they would be getting more playing time. Jordan Ayew at Leicester City will never warm the bench. And the guy, I mean, now he's the most experienced player in our team.
Yeah.
See what he did for us after all the talking. He was a savior at a point in time at the AFCON. So I believe that this is good news. But okay, let me just leave it here.
Yeah, it is good news, like you indicated, because if you look at Jordan Ayew, he's one player when he's playing for the national team. It's only in recent times that people are beginning to appreciate his technical ability, because it takes someone with foresight and vision and someone with a technical eye to be able to ascertain whatever Jordan Ayew usually brings on board when he's playing for either club or country. Look at what he has done for Crystal Palace over the years. He has become an important player to them, so much so that there can never be a day Crystal Palace will name their starting lineup without the inclusion of Jordan Ayew. He's been very consistent with them. Having the opportunity now to play alongside his younger brother and countryman Abdul Fatau Isaku can only be very exciting for some of us. Why? Because Fatau still needs someone who he can rely on for guidance.
Exactly.
Because even though he did very well and we all commended him in the first game against Tottenham Hotspur, you agree with me that that level of experience he needs to play or to compete in the English Premier League is currently less. So if he has someone like Jordan Ayew who will come and be alongside him, at least guiding him in the field and off the field, it is going to help the guy a lot. So I am so happy about that.
To La Liga, and I'll pick my team's game. Yes, FC Barcelona versus Athletic Bilbao. Remember, Barcelona and Athletic Bilbao, they have been in the news all season, all pre-season.
That is against Nico Williams.
Yes,
I
against.
foresee the guy scoring you hat-trick.
But let me shock you. Why I am saying that FC Barcelona at home are going to win this game without any doubt. Barcelona will beat Athletic Bilbao, because if you check history and everything, the statistics, the last time Barcelona lost their first home game in any La Liga season was way back in 2010 against a team called Hercules. And that Hercules, they are nowhere to be found. Yes, at home in La Liga in their last 13 games, first home game in La Liga in their last 13 games, FC Barcelona, they have won a whooping 12 of them and drawn just one. So this tells you that even a draw is not possible. FC Barcelona is winning this one. Robert Lewandowski with the brace in their first game is something that should send some shivers down the spine of Athletic Bilbao. Against Getafe, Bilbao, they drew that game 1-1, meaning that they are not that prolific as we all know. So I am seeing FC Barcelona winning this one without any doubt.
Real Madrid against Mallorca. Real Madrid against Real Valladolid.
Yeah,
I think it's a game for Real. It's Real Madrid's game to lose, because you look at last season.
Yeah,
Madrid scored a total of 8 goals over the 2 rounds against Real Valladolid, with the first game at the Santiago Bernabeu in the first round ending by 6-0. The second game, Madrid went away from home and they won by 2-0. Guess what? Alhaji Karim Benzema, in those 2 games, he scored 5 goals. He registered 5 goals to his name. So it should tell you how powerful Madrid is whenever they are playing against Real Valladolid. Even though Benzema is no more in the Madrid setup, they have a certain Kylian Mbappe Lawton. On a very good day, we all know what Mbappe can do.
Yeah,
Vinicius Junior, you can't take it away from him. You talk about young chaps like
Rodrigo,
Jude Bellingham, Rodrigo. These guys, on a very good day, they will cause problems to any other team, including your Barcelona. So I foresee Real Madrid winning this particular encounter. Let's not forget, even though normally, if you watch Real Madrid, they are slow starters in the Spanish Primera La Liga. Let's not forget what happened last season. They started on a very poor note and ended up overcoming everyone to win the Spanish Primera La Liga. This time around, they started slowly. Against Mallorca, they had a red card. Ferland Mendy once again had a red card. I foresee Madrid at a point in time allowing the guy to go because it seems most at times he's one player who is not disciplined in relative to the bookings that he normally gets in the field of play. So I foresee Real Madrid once again winning, and not just with a small margin but with a big margin. I think they will use this particular match to brush off the disappointment in the game against Mallorca.
I'm not happy, but what can I say? What can I do? This game is true. Nothing to do. Yeah, so we will leave it here, but your comments are as important as our opinions and our discussions here. So please, in the comment section, just leave your comments. Next week or in our next production, we will be reading out your comments, and you will never know, a lucky follower might get something special from us. If you're also a business entity out there and you would want to advertise your goods, your products, your services here, just contact us, send us a message, and we would get back to you on any of the platforms that you are watching us on. Get in touch with us. Our details are in our bio. Just get in touch and we will give you a very fantastic deal.
This is the right platform, like he said, to come and advertise your products, and you will never be disappointed because we have the numbers, we have the audience, and we assure you that if you place your advert on this very platform, you are going to reap a lot of benefits. I want to end with the national pledge. So KOD, place your hand on your chest. Let me try and see what
okay,
I can say.
you try it.
Yeah,
okay.
I'll try. No, if I say and get to a point, I will be
when you forget.
No, I will not forget. What I'll do is that I'll start with the first sentence and go mute. Then you come until we'll see who forgets. So
please,
let's go.
Let me see. Do you have it?
No, I don't have it. So we can turn our phones this way.
Yes, turn your phone
we
because
will not cheat. No one will cheat.
It's like
okay.
My man get down for him phone top.
I promise on my honor
to be faithful and loyal to Ghana,
my motherland.
I pledge myself
to the service of Ghana.
Anna.
I pledge myself to the service of Ghana with all my strength and with all my heart.
Continue.
He won the game. I won the pledge.
1-1. You see, no, at a point, you should have told me this. You see, the game.
No, the game. You ambush me. So I also decided that, okay. I'll get you. So 1-1. Baku.
No problem. Next week, in our next production, I know what I'll be bringing.